Hi everyone, I just wanted to create a quick little video because I've been getting a lot of emails about graphing parabolas and stating properties, the little L2 one. For the most part, people have been saying the other two exercises on Delta Math have been going okay. I am now realizing what most of your struggles are with this. Many of you are clicking into this and doing a great job of actually making your parabola. So you have to, it says graph the equation on the accompanying set of axes. You must plot 5 points, which is just like the packet, including the roots and the vertex. So the first thing you need to do is that graphing the equation. Then it says using the graph, determine the equation of the axis of symmetry. So many of you are graphing it correctly, but then you're not really realizing that there's more to do after that, or you're not knowing how to do it. So I'm going to start by looking at, so my equation of the axis of symmetry for this one, that's where I always start a graph. The axis of symmetry would be 4 over 2 times negative 1. So that would be 4 over negative 2. That's negative b over 2a. So 4 over negative 2 would be somewhere at negative 2. So I'm honestly just going to start with a point right there. I can delete it by clicking on it again, but I know that my axis of symmetry is on negative 2. So then in order to find my vertex, which is the first plot point that I would put in my table, I need to plug in negative 2 into the equation. So that would be, I'm going to use my drawing tools here. So that would be negative 2 squared is 4. So negative 4 minus 4 times negative 2 would be plus 8. And then minus 3. So this would give me 4 minus 3, which would give me 1. So now I know that instead of negative 2 comma 0, it'd be negative 2 comma 1. So there's my vertex. So now if I fast forward and go through all of the points of doing the parabola, this is what I would plot. So once you have your 5 points, it'll automatically draw the line through it to make your graph. Now, it says using the graph, determine the equation of the axis of symmetry. So down here it says answer type. In order to write the equation of the axis of symmetry, I want to have an equation as my answer. So my answer here is going to be x equals negative 2. If I were being asked for the vertex, I would want to enter 1 point. If I were being asked for the roots are the x-intercepts. Notice I have 2 x-intercepts, so I would be putting in 2 numbers if I wanted the roots. But since it's asking me for the equation of the axis of symmetry, I'm doing that. Let's see if I got it right. And I did. So many of you are doing the parabola correctly. It's just this part here where you're not entering in the axis of symmetry or something else. So I'm going to go on to the next problem and just show you what the next one says. So it says graph the equation, which that's always going to be the first thing. So you find your axis of symmetry, make a table with 5 points, all of that. And then it says using the graph, determine the roots of the equation. So if I were to graph this, it would be, hang on, let me think really quickly. The axis of symmetry would be negative 4 over 2. So that would be at negative 2 again. And if I plugged that in, that would be 4 minus 8 would be negative 4 minus 5 would be negative 9. So now looking at this, the question says using the graph, determine the roots of the equation. The roots are the x-intercepts. So I have 2 x-intercepts, which means I need the option that says 2 numbers. And the 2 numbers are negative 5 and 1. So you have to pick what type of answer you need in order to answer the question. So those are my roots. Oh, my answer isn't correct. Try and find your mistake. Let's see. Well, this is unfortunate. All right, so we are back. I need a little time to read and figure out what is going on here, and I realize what might be some of your issue as well as that answer type bit. So when I looked back at the instructions, it says you must plot 5 points, including the roots and the vertex. So now before, I had 5 points plotted, but I had these 5 points plotted. Notice I don't have the roots plotted when I do that. So I could either get rid of these 2 points and plot them. I chose to get rid of those 2 points though. So now I have the vertex and the 2 roots plotted. And it says that I need to include the roots in the vertex. So when I submit my answer now, same exact answer with the -5 and the 1, I got a check mark solely because I changed to having the roots in the vertex. So hopefully that might help some of you that are like, I thought I did this right. I'm getting it wrong though. Hopefully this helps.